Hey there, half-asters.
Good morning.
It's a beautiful day outside, and that can only mean one thing. We're not in South Florida.
No.
It seems like every video we've done in Florida recently, it's been cloudy and windy and nasty and raining, but that's not an issue today because we're not in Florida. Honey, where are we?
In South Carolina.
That's right. We're at Blue Compass RV and Airstream of South Carolina in Lexington, South Carolina, just outside of Columbia. And why are we here? They've got a few Class B units that we haven't seen before, so we want to take a look at those. So join us on our little walkthrough adventure. We love doing these. We hope you love watching them.
Hey there, I'm Rose.
And I'm Dan. And we are the Half-Ass Travelers.
We're going to take a look at this Class B from Winnebago. This is the Solis 59P. It's about 20 feet long. It sleeps 4 people, and it's built on the Ram ProMaster chassis. Let's take a look inside. The Solis has a very nice moving, manually operated sliding side door. It's got this great step, which is a must for some of these RVs. A lot of them, the step is a little hard to get to. This one's sticking out pretty good. It's really nicely done. And before we even get in, you can see we've got the dorm fridge. This is not unusual for a 20-foot unit to have a fridge this small, but it fits in here nicely. Let's go inside. All right, I almost walked right over this without seeing it, but if you look down here at the floorboard, you can see that there's a connection for, it looks like an outdoor shower, even though it's inside, which is actually a great little feature because if you need to rinse off your shoes or anything before you get in, or even rinse the floor out, this is a nice rubber floor. You can do it right there, and there's also a 12-volt plug there right next to the water. I'm not sure how safe that is. I'm sure it's GFI though. Well, we had talked about the ProMaster chassis before, how everything is right here. You've got your shifter on the dash. You've got the small screen, which is nice. We like the Dodge dash, or I'm sorry, the Ram dash. You know what? I'm just going to call them Stellantis from now on because people keep telling me to stop calling them Dodge. The Ram dash is nice. It's got the nice mirrors here. It's got the nice screen. But the leg room, this seat is as far back as it will go. And I'm 6 feet tall, and I am very close to hitting right here. It's a little tight. I think the steering wheel probably extends a little bit. I haven't driven the ProMaster, but it seems just a little bit tight. If you're less than 6 feet tall, no problem. It's just something that you may want to take a look at when you're in the market for a Class B on the ProMaster chassis. The Solis, or this Solis, is built for 4 people. You've got these 2 seats in the back. I would say that they're probably more suitable for children or small adults. It would be a little tight if Rose and I had to sit back here for a long trip. Might be a little tight. You know, you're touching me, you're touching me, you're touching me. You get that all the time, but for a couple kids, it would probably be okay, especially since they could go retreat to the back. We like the table. When you spin these 2 front seats around, all the seats would be around this table, and that's a nice little feature. And, you know, it's a nice sitting area up front. Look up, hon.
What is that?
What is that? The 59P has a feature we think is really cool. Remember the pop-up tent feature? The top of this, I'm not going to put it up right now, but the top of this pops up, and there's a bed up top, and it's a pretty big bed. If you look at one of our previous videos, I actually get up into the bed in a similar RV, and there's plenty of room up there. There's vents up there. There's plugs for electronics. They fit a lot of stuff in here. Now the sides are canvas, but the top is that fiberglass that's on top of the on top of the van. So this is more of a hybrid kind of pop-up camper in the roof sort of thing, which is kind of cool. We like that. Now, one of the other features we like is that there is actually a screen here. This is just a fold-down screen. You zip it down, which is not quite as nice as the screen door, but it's actually a lot lighter. And you know what? You're not going to get any rattle going down the road from this. It is completely ready to go. And as little as we use our screen door, this is probably sufficient. It would probably be no problem. Back here, you've got a decent sized cabinet. It's not very deep, but it is nice and tall. So if you need to stack things, you can see there's a little notch out here, but that shouldn't affect stacking things that are a little narrower on top than they are at the bottom. You've got all the control panels here, right behind these passenger seats. You got that? Up in this area, we've also got a little bit of storage up under the floor. It's very shallow. It's maybe just a few inches deep, but it is additional storage there. There's also some outlets down here, and it looks like some USB ports and a cigarette lighter plug, as long as some venting. Under the seat, you've got this storage bin and the freshwater and access. I don't know if you can see. Rose, can you get it? Okay. I don't know if you can see, you have access to all of the plumbing and a little bit of the electrical, which is good to have that access there. It's really nice. It's very secure. All right, across to the seating area, we've got the kitchen. We've got a dual burner gas cooktop, suburban cooktop. This is a really neat feature, and it's very well secured. A little extra counter space here when you're working in the kitchen. It's a little flimsy, but if you just need to set stuff on it temporarily, that'll work fine. And it is in here, like I said, nice and snug. It's not going anywhere. You've got a very small sink, but the faucet goes way up high, which is nice because it gives you a lot of room, but you're probably going to get some splashing there. You've got this nice rack here. Lots of drawers. Now these drawers, these latches are plastic. I don't know if you can see that. Usually we see these in metal, but this is a plastic latch. It keeps the weight down. I don't know how long that's going to last, but it locks in nice and tight. It's just always concerned when I see plastic. You might end up replacing these with metal at some point anyway. So I don't know why they wouldn't have just put metal in there. Maybe it's the weight, or maybe they're just trying to keep costs down. All right, let's talk about what's behind door number 1. All right, it's got a nice secure latch, vented doors. This is your wet bath. If I can figure out how to get it open, that is. There we go. If there's one thing that's good, is that the door stores very tight up against it. Doesn't seem like there'd be much rattle. This is a tiny area. You've got a, I guess this would be a
Drying rack.
Yeah.
Shower curtain.
Yeah. I don't know if it's for a shower curtain or what, but it would have to be, because there's no other way to put a shower curtain in there. I don't know. It would be a challenge showering in here. I mean, this is all the room you have. If you have to put a shower curtain here, it looks like there's snaps up here. So I'm guessing that there is a curtain that goes in here. It's just not in this unit right now. And that this is probably, like Rose said, for drying. You've got your faucet here. You've got your little storage area for toilet paper. And what is this? Oh, this has got to be a cassette toilet. There's no, looks like the toilet will swivel depending on which way you want your knees. You saw how I was sitting, but it also swivels the other direction when you pull that gray handle. Also a little bit of storage there. I don't see a sink, so I imagine you would just have to use the kitchen sink. All right, let's talk about the back here. This room like doubles or triples as many different things. First of all, there's a step up here, as I discovered, because I have plenty of room here. Once I hit the step, not so much. Okay, so if you're looking at dimensions, folks, this is where you're at 6 feet tall. Got a lot of cabinetry here along the side, which is nice. It's pretty deep. It's not bad. I don't know if it's very dark in here, but you should be able to see that. You've got these kind of sofa things, although I don't know how you could use them as a sofa, because you couldn't really sit on this because the cabinet's here. Now they call this a Murphy bed unit, and I guess with this thing folding down to be the bed, I guess technically it is a Murphy bed because it is folding. Right? It folds all the way across. I'm not going to fold it all the way down, but the cushions store behind it. There's another window back there, which is nice. But when the bed's not folded down, you can use this area for storage. So you could store bikes or whatever in here, and when you get to the campground, you push them out, and then you have room to put your bed there.
Down there?
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to talk about. You know, these Class Bs are always limited on storage. There's underfloor storage here. It's not very deep. It's maybe, 4 or 5 inches deep, but it is kind of long, and there's one on each side, so that's a good thing. There's also some storage pockets, and that goes back a pretty good way underneath this bed. It goes all the way to the back, to the wall. More storage under here. Looks like they've got the 30 amp plug. That looks like the cassette for the toilet. Possibly. I don't know. And another drawer here. And then your fuses down there. And there's a table here attached to the bottom of the bed that you can pull off again with these kind of clasps. And then these overhead compartments. Did I already show this? I did. All right. And then out the back door, there is another kind of mosquito net here, so you can leave these doors open. Looks like they've got bars so that you can have the net out a ways. I believe that's what those are for. All in all, it's made for camping.
How's the AC?
Well, there's a vent back here. That is a. Looks like I don't know if that's a fantastic fan, but there's venting back here. That's a good question. Where is the AC? Is there AC? Okay, we just verified it. This unit does not have AC, but it does have a feature. We were wondering what those posts were. It has a really neat feature that makes up for that small shower inside. There are hookups here for an outdoor shower. So you've got basically the shower inside, you've got these hookups, and you've also got the faucet up underneath the step. You've got the city water hookup and some other switches in here as well. But these bars are actually do something. Rose is gonna have to nudge just a little bit that way because we got a fence right here, but she can come around the door. No, right here. There we go. Yeah. These posts actually combine, right, and lock in place to make a larger area where you could actually set up a shower outside, and this extends your living area out past the doors. So it's kind of like a screen porch kind of thing, which is kind of neat. I thought that was cool. Gives you a little bit more living space, a little bit more room. Hey, look, if you don't have the room inside and you can get it on the outside, we'll take it. On the driver's side, you got your hookup for your 30 amp plug. You've got the cassette toilet emptying area. This is for the Truma water heater and the exhaust. And also the gate valve and empty for your gray water tank. The Solis 59P packs a lot of punch into a small footprint. Living in South Florida as we do, that no AC thing would probably be a deal breaker for us. But if it's not something you're concerned about, this unit has a lot inside. So if you're in the market for a smaller Class B, I mean, it's 20 feet long. It could fit in any parking space. This might be worth a look for you. We hope you enjoyed this one. Let's move on to the next. Well, we just looked at a 20-foot unit from Winnebago. Here's an even smaller one. This is an 18-foot model on the ProMaster chassis. This is the Solis. This is the Solis 36A. Now, we've taken a look at the 36B before, but the A's got a little bit different floor plan. Let's take a look. All right, this unit's got the same step. It's got the same folding door or sliding door. It has a really neat feature out here. You got an outside table. That's pretty cool. You set your chairs up out here. We like that. That's awesome for boondocking or the campground. Again, you got the zip down bug screen. Your step up inside. The same dorm style refrigerator. This one doesn't have the faucet hookup under the step. We mentioned the ProMaster chassis. This is the same chassis. Let me make sure if the fit is any tighter in this one or even looser. See, now this one is different. This one seems to have a little bit more leg room in it. I was like maybe an inch away from the dash with my leg before. Now I've got 3 inches there. So actually the seat is pushed back a little further in this model, which is interesting because this model is 2 feet shorter than the last one. So that's kind of cool. Well, this unit, the reason they have more space up front is because we're missing something. Honey, what's missing?
The bathroom?
An entire block of square wood room that was in the other van is completely missing from this unit. I will tell you though, I think I like this seating area. It is much more comfortable than the other one. Those seats over there were made for traveling. These just have the cushions on them. and it's actually more comfortable. The table's at a great height. You've got these storage bins right here. They're not very deep, but they're right where you can get at them. Just got to move the table out of the way. You've got this storage bin right here, some more storage up underneath. You've got all your electric at the table, a nice window. This is actually a nice little dinette area. I don't know, it seems weird, but it's more comfortable than the last one. That's kind of cool. Okay, there's no bathroom in here, right? Wrong, there is a bathroom. Guess where they keep the bathroom?
Oh, look at here.
Yeah, okay. There's your cassette toilet. I guess you have to be really close with the person you're traveling with, because I would imagine that that's got to be pulled out into the open and used. I mean, I don't see any holes to open it, and that seems like it would be not a good idea. So, yeah, I guess that one person would have to vacate the van if the other person needs to take care of business. That is interesting. I think that's the first time we've seen that. Again, an 18-foot van, so not surprising that they're doing these kind of little things to maximize the space. Up over the driver compartment, this is a rather large storage area with a lip here holding it. There's no door on it, but there's a lip here that can kind of hold things from falling out of there. So that's a useful space. That's really nice. This area folds into a bed, by the way, also. I know it's pretty much standard, but just to point that out. Over here in the kitchen, it's pretty similar to the last one, a little less counter space. You got your dual Suburban gas cooktop, a small sink, tiny faucet. Rose doesn't like the tiny faucet. There's lots of little drawers here, again with those plastic latches. That bottom drawer is actually pretty large. And then you've got, in the back, 2 large storage compartments on the passenger side, and just 2 areas to store just little things there. You know, they try to... Oh yeah, we have these overhead. Large storage cabinet. Actually, I'm surprised at the amount of storage. And this is pretty deep too. This is not bad. Wow, for an 18-foot, this thing has a lot of storage in it, and it's nice and comfortable. I feel more comfortable in this one for some reason. I don't know. It's kind of neat. All right, in the back, we've got another one of those Murphy beds that folds up and out of the way, which is a nice feature. That locks in. It's got a little seat belt here to lock it in. And then I'm going to come back here. You see, you've got some storage bins here. Storage bins. This looks like we'll get to that when we get to the back. More storage down here. It doesn't go forward that way, but it's a pretty deep space. Another storage bin here that goes all the way to the back with just the netting here holding it in. You got this neat little, this is magnetic. So I guess if you have a pet, you could use this as a pet area. I think that's what that may be for, because with the bed down, that could be more like a kennel. That's interesting. If that's what that's used for, that's the first time we've seen that as well. Right? And above head, this one actually has an air conditioner, right? And it's got the LED lights, the fire alarm, of course, and then it's got a huge fan up there in the front. This is really nicely done. These windows are closed right now, so it's a little dark back here. But with these windows open, I imagine there's a lot of light back here, and now the Velcro is sticking to me. Let's go around back and take a look in the back. All right, around back, we've got the standard, pretty much standard panel here. This one's a little bit different. You got your freshwater inlet, tank drain, everything's nice and marked. You've got a connection, a quick connect for the water, and then also you've got your gray waste tank drain kind of hidden behind this flap. There's the gate valve. No need for black water because as you remember, we've got a pull-out toilet. You can just take the whole thing and dump it. Now, around this side, we saw this door on the inside. That's the home of the propane tank right there. And there's a nice rubber grommet around there, so you're not getting propane smell all in the unit. And it's got a pretty robust latch that holds it in place. So that's kind of nice. You've got these tie-downs. These are always good to have, these tie-down systems. There's 4 points. So when you're strapping bikes down, you have a place to secure them, which is really nice. This one does not, oh, it does. Oh, wait. This one also has the bar. I didn't see those. They were kind of hiding behind the the shade there. But yeah, this one also has the means of spreading the space out behind the van. That's a really nice feature. Like that. All right, so the gray tank drain valve is in the back, as you saw. So there's very little here on the side of the coach, but they do have this access door for the propane tank to make it easier to turn it on and off and to access the tank. You've got your 30 amp plug here, pretty standard, 30 amp, 125 volts. And again, for your Truma hot water heater, and the exhaust, pretty standard. Our overall impression of the 36A, first of all, I like it better than the 36B. Just because of the way it's laid out. I think it's cozy. This is cozy. It's 18 feet long, obviously. It's gonna fit in a parking space. You can take it wherever you wanna go, but it's surprisingly comfortable. I know those cushions sitting on boards don't look comfortable, but I'm telling you, when you sit in there, it's kind of a homey feeling. You feel like you're kind of enveloped by the cushions and the surroundings. It's really rather nice. I don't know how that pull-out toilet would work for Rose and I. I don't know about that. That's a question, but I do like the fact that with the Murphy bed in the back, you have a lot of options for carrying extra cargo, bicycles and such, maybe even a kayak down the middle of it. And I do like that little door in the back. If that's what that's for, if that's a little kennel area, that's a great feature. I like that. So yeah, we really like this unit for an 18-foot unit, but I think let's take a look at something a little larger and a little more expensive. Well, we've got a treat for you. The last two Class Bs we looked at, you could purchase pretty much on a budget, somewhat on a budget. Not quite this one though. This is the 2024 Airstream Interstate Tommy Bahama 24. This is the top of the line Class B. The fit and finish are amazing. It's got the etched glass, the embroidered seats. It is absolutely gorgeous. Hey, let's stop talking about it. Let's go in and take a look. The Sprinter's got the automatic sliding door, but this has something a little bit extra, the automatic step here. That's a nice extra feature. It helps you get right up on into the comfortable interior. The Mercedes chassis up front is very similar to what we have in our American Coach Patriot. Pretty standard until you get to just the finishes on the front, and also look at these seats. This leather is so soft, and look at this. It's got the Tommy Bahama sailfish etching right there on both headrests. There's that kind of design, flair, and finish all throughout the coach. Up over the driver compartment, you've got the controller for your Fusion stereo, and also you've got this cool fold-away TV. You just pull the pin, TV comes down. You don't have to worry about knocking it on your head or knocking your head on it when you're getting out of the driver's seat, and when you're not using it, it just folds right out of the way. It doesn't seem like once that's pulled down, like that would make a lot of noise. You see it squeaking when I'm pulling it, but it's not making any noise as it goes up and down, so no rattle. If you look down when you first come in, you can see this has the infinity woven floor. It's really different. Never seen that in an RV before. It kind of got a bamboo kind of feel, and also like a sheet, what's it called? Grass cloth kind of look. Also, they continue that theme up here into the wood. Got these kind of details all throughout the coach. It's really cool. The seats back here, you got two additional seats, the same soft leather, overhead compartments. They've got the nice, very nice hinges on here. Look at these. These are like really secure, plus they're locking hinges, and you saw the controllers in there. These are very nice. And these are all separate cabinets. There's a divider between them. You can see how deep it is. They're really nice, and they travel the entire way back to the coach. Oh, here's a feature I like. Come in and take a look at this. Oh yeah, for all your wine bottles. Right there. Beautiful. There's even a light in there. Did you see that? I'm just gonna keep going all the way back here, because this storage in these nice fine cabinets goes completely around the van. Everywhere above your head where there can be a cabinet, there is one. This van has a lot of storage, and it's really nicely done. In these back seats, there's something Rose noticed. Just pull it out. There's a little magazine book holder. Little cup holders. Neat little things you don't see in an RV every day. When have you ever seen a magazine or a book holder in an RV? I assume that's what it's for. Just like everything else in this unit, the kitchen's really well done. You see they've got this stainless backsplash with the Live the Island Life badging. That's pretty cool. The sink is kind of small, and it's got the regular standard faucet. Rose wishes the faucet were a little bit higher. There is a lot of counter space here though, and you've got a single induction cooktop. Also, you've got, never seen this before. I imagine this is for storing bottles for your favorite beverage of your choice. Lemonade, high C, whatever it is you're drinking. High C, no. Down here you've got this drawer microwave. That's the first time I've seen a drawer microwave before. That is high end. 3.1 cubic inch dorm fridge. Not our favorite because of the space. Built-in place for your cutlery and silverware. Little sponge drawer. I was calling it a spatula drawer before, but. And then in the back, this unit is a rear lounge unit similar to our American Coach Patriot. There is a ton of space back here. And when this is made down into a bed, this is the entire bed area. It is absolutely massive. It's definitely a king size bed. All of the walls have this nice, this is not leather. This is more of a cloth feel. I don't know what you would call this material. It's more like a felt almost, but it's got the contours in it. I don't know what you call that. The windows are very neat too. You got your vent windows here and all of your shades that run on these wires along on the sides. This is a really nicely done. Overhead, you've got not a vented AC unit, but an AC unit there in the center where you need it. The roof, that's not stainless, but it's stainless looking. I think that's a plastic made to look like it's stainless. All right, so we've taken a vote, and we're pretty sure it's aluminum. Airstream is known for their silver trailers, and we think it may be that same material. And it's to be expected, the van's an Airstream. As Rose comes back here, we're going to take a look at the entertainment area. Here, I'll take that from you. It's a little tight back here. Yeah, got your TV, you got your controller for the van, and then we have the bathroom. Rose, you want to do the honors?
Sure.
It's a vented bathroom door. There you go. Rose is just going to show you that it is tight in there. They've got the sink in the corner. They've got the toilet there. You have enough leg room. It is just your standard wet bath.
Super tiny.
It is tiny. It's not any bigger than any other Class B van that we've seen of this length.
I don't know if you could even stand up in here, hon.
I don't know. Let's give it a try. Rose has issued the challenge, and I am going to go and do it. Let's see. Oh, no. No. I can almost stand up in there. Yeah, it's a little tight. You're not showering standing up in here anyway. You'd be showering sitting on the bowl. But I do like that the door is got the venting looking on the outside, but it's actually just like a clear glass, which is really nice because you get a little bit more light in there and it doesn't feel so cave-like. But all in all, this is really nice finishes. There's some things we like about this. There's some things we don't like. The refrigerator seems a little bit small to us, but we do like having places to put bottles and dedicated places, storage bins like that. I mean, you could do something like that aftermarket, but it's not going to look as classy as this looks. One thing we did notice about this that is a vast improvement over our American Coach Patriot is the amount of space in the back. Now, granted, this is 2 feet longer than our Patriot, but behind the back seat is a ton of space. You see they've got it full of these boxes with all of the accessories that go along with this unit. There's a lot of space for this. The only issue with that is when the bed folds down, unless I'm incorrect, it comes down to here. So anything you put back here can only be about this high. I don't think you're getting the bed down with all these boxes stacked here. You'd have to move them before you did that. Also in the back, you've got this automatic bug screen that comes down. So when you have the bed down, or even when you're not, just to get some airflow through, you can put that screen down, then you don't get any bugs. It's got the fuzzy stuff at the bottom to keep the critters from crawling in underneath. On the outside of the van, you've got this long awning that runs the entire length of the van from where the door is all the way to the back. You've got some electrical outlets here. and a coaxial cable plug. Don't know why they're still doing those, but, and you've also got if you want to use an exterior solar panel, you've got a plug-in for that as well, a ZAMP plug. Come on around the other side. Over on the driver's side, you've got your umbilical for your electrical, and you also have another one of those ZAMP plugs. And then up here, you've got your outdoor shower hookup and some other compartments for the tanks. They hide everything behind these doors, which is nice because it's not out here for all to see. All of your basic plumbing and electrical stuff. So they do a good job of hiding it on these Airstreams. Our overall impressions of the Tommy Bahama 24 by Airstream is that it is a beautiful Class B van. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, are those extra fit and finishes and little features that make this an Airstream worth it? You know, obviously it's going to have the Airstream reliability. Comparing it to our American Coach Patriot, our American Coach is known for its reliability as well. The pricing for the Airstream, you're paying for the Airstream name. So if you're willing to do that and you have those extra funds and you want the top of the line, the best, the most comfortable fit and finishes, this may be your RV of choice. We really like the Airstream, and we hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. Well, we hope you enjoyed those walkthroughs of those 3 very interesting Class Bs. We had to come all the way to South Carolina to find these individual units that we hadn't seen before, but it was worth the trip.
Yep.
All right, stay tuned because we got some more videos coming up with a few more different RVs that we found while we're in South Carolina. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.